Welcome back traders, Collapse here, and I just cleared another FUNDINGPIPS account, the phase 1 of a 50k evaluation, and the best part is I did it in 3 fucking days. You can see it here, 3 trades, 1 phase is cleared, the second phase is already in profits of 2%. So let's get to the details, keep watching. Alright, so here is my FUNDINGPIPS dashboard. You can see here, okay, I'll refresh it for you. So here's my FUNDINGPIPS dashboard. And this is the first phase of the 50k evaluation that I passed in 3 days. And here are the trades that I took. Most of the trades here are split positions, so like this is one trade. Again, this is one trade. So I had 3 trade ideas for the whole week, and September is going really great. And let me give you some details of the whole account. You can see the equity curve. On the first day, I made around 1% profits. Then I slightly went into, I went into a bit of drawdown, $100 loss. And it just kept going up till I passed the account. A win ratio of 75% around. And here's the best thing. Look at the biggest win and the biggest loss. The biggest win is above 3%. And my biggest loss is around 1%. And you can see here too, all my losses are very small. Like this is a 1% loss, this is a 1% loss, these are 1% losses, 3 losses, and the rest are the profits. And look at the profits, my profits are eating up the losses. Like this is a 2%, no, actually 3% win, this is more than 3% win, and this again more than 2% win. So it's really important that you calculate the risk reward and only take the good trades when you're working on these evaluations. Right now this is the second phase and I'm already up 2%. Actually I could have passed this account yesterday, but I just didn't want to risk the profits because I like to create a buffer before going into the next trades, like a 1% or 2% buffer. I think this will be cleared by next week. So let me get you into the charts so I can explain all the trades that I took here. I've been discussing it on Twitter as well. So you will get a very good idea after this video about how I trade my setups, how I look for the CRTs, and how I take my entries based off the one candle CISD. Okay, so let's get to the charts. So I'll be discussing all the trades of this whole week in detail. So if you're kind of busy, I would recommend you to save this video and watch later with pen and paper. So for this whole week, I had a single bias, that is the dollar was going down, and it would be going down on NFP as well, because we're having the rate cuts later in the coming weeks. So I was pretty sure that the USD pairs like the USD CAD, the USD CHF, and all the other pairs, starting with the USD, they were going down, and opposite pairs like the Euro USD, the GBP USD, Bitcoin USD, gold, it was obvious that they would be going up. So if you come to the charts, you can see that on the 4-hour time frame, okay, this will help you to determine your own bias as well. Okay, so pay attention. So you can see on the 4-hour chart of the USD CHF, the price was going down, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So the trend was bearish. So we're gonna find sell setups only. Now if you move to the daily time frame, so here's what the magic is happening. Price went down, gave a pullback, and then formed a daily CRD, sweeping out the high of this candle. I've marked it here, daily CRD, TS. TS means the turtle soup of this high, and the daily CRL, the low of this candle. So candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, which is again another sweep of this high. So it's even better now because you got 2 sweeps of the same highs and then close below the range. Okay, so you can see this as a range. This is the high of the range, this is the low of the range, went up, closed down, went up again, still closed down. So it's pretty obvious that there are no strength in buys. So the reversal is gonna happen. So how to catch the reversal? So you know that we are targeting this low, right, of the daily candle. So for the entries, let's switch over to the 4-hour chart. So here on the 4-hour chart, you can definitely see lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and price just gave a pullback to this order block right here. Even though I don't do all this order block FBG stuff, but okay, you get the idea. So price went up during Tuesday. The Tuesday high was broken on Wednesday, and on Thursday the Wednesday high was swept again. And there, if you look at this closely on the 4-hour time frame, this was a 4-hour one candle CISD. I've marked this here, and I always suggest that even if there is a one candle CISD, you look for inversions in the lower time frame, right? So if you switch to the 30-minute time frame, you can see that along with the CISD, we inverse this 30-minute fair value gap. So what can we do next? Take the entries on the CISD level, stop loss above the high, like the sweep, and targeting the daily low of the range. This was the range, right? This was the CRT candle high, this was the CRT candle low. So you can target this low of the candle, and here's another 1:4 risk reward trade. So this was one of the trades. You can just extend the profits to this. Actually, if you look at the weekly time frame, you can see that the previous week low was untapped, and this was just a false move to the upside for the NFP to push it downwards again. So you could also target the unmitigated weekly low here if you look at the weekly time frame. And if you always ask me that why are you taking the CRT trades, like if you see this weekly fair value gap here, you can see this also. This was all within the range of a daily fair value gap here. These are all daily gaps. So yes, always plan your CRTs on the discount or the premium zones, so that it's very unlikely that you fail. Also, I would like to add one more thing. Anyone who trades price action, what do you see here? What do you see here? It's a buy trend line, broke the trend line, retest of the trend line here. You can also say here, but this was obviously fake because it's on Thursday. The real move's gonna be on NFP or after NFP or pre-NFP. So here's on Thursday, you get a retest, gave a huge sell downwards, again went up to generate liquidity for Friday, and then after it was a rainfall. Waterfall, whatever you say that. So yes, even everything is same, you just give different terms to the same things that happen in the markets. So even if you trade price action, you would have taken this trade. Usually I try to add all those trend lines to give me a better idea of where the market's gonna go. So for the next trade, so this was USD CHF. So I told you that USD was going downward, so it's obvious that anything ending with USD is gonna go up. So like the Euro USD, it was going up. GBP USD, it's going to go up. Gold was going up. Bitcoin was going up. Okay, so if you look at a Euro USD chart, what can you see here? Let's switch to the 4-hour time frame. What's the trend? You need to have the direction first. So what is the trend? Higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. A short pullback, and the price was just going up again. Higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. So I was looking for buys, and then on the daily time frame, tada, you get another CRT here. So why does it work? You can see it exactly like this is a part of another daily fair value gap, which is being respected multiple times, once, twice, thirds, a lot of times. And then you have the CRT. Along with there's a 4-hour fair value gap. I'll show you in the 4-hour time frame. So we swept the low of the CRT candle. And then it's obvious we're going to be targeting the highs. And there's also the unmitigated previous weekly high. So we swept the low of the candle number 1, candle number 2, and then the candle number 3 and 4 were just going up. So if we move to the 4-hour time frame, now you know that we're going to be targeting here. So if we switch to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we have a untested 4-hour fair value gap. Price went up, retraced back to the fair value gap, made a huge 4-hour 1 candle CISD, swallowing every downward candles here. Along with, as I always say, you need to have an inversion on the lower time frame from the 1 candle CISD. So if we switch to the 1 hour or the 30 minutes time frame, you can see that these fair value gaps were inversed right here, right? These fair value gaps on the 30-minute time frame was inversed. Price went up, retraced back to the 1 candle CISD level where I had my limit order, stop loss below the low of the sweep, targeting the daily CRH and the unmitigated weekly high. So this was a trade of around 1:3, 1:4. So yes, and again, if you're a price action trader, you can see one more thing here. If we draw the trend line from here all the way to the downwards, what do you see here? Yes, so here's the trend line, right? 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, broke the trend line, a retest of the trend line, stop loss below the low, and price went up again. So it's everything works in sequence, everything works together. If you're trading this strategy or that strategy, it's totally up to you. You need to have a good view of the markets and get a better understanding of where it's gonna go next, and just be a part of it. You even don't need to be a part of the whole move. You can like take profits up to this equal highs, and even then it's a 1:2 trade. You can book your profits here. So yes, let's discuss the last trade. This trade actually gave the most of the profits for the whole account, and this was the biggest trade of my life because I nearly doubled my personal account with this single trade. For the whole week, I didn't take any other trade on that account. I just held it for like 3 days to finally hit the target. Okay, so let's discuss this trade. If we switch to the daily time frame, for now, we're looking for the bias, right? We want to know where the market's gonna go. So here's the daily time frame, and it's obviously bullish. Then if we look to the 4-hour time frame, made a new all-time high, gave a pullback, and all the pattern traders are gonna fail here because they're thinking, oh, here's a change of character, then it's bearish, and then if we switch to the daily time frame, now we know that we are gonna look for buy trades. Now if we switch to the daily time frame, here's the previous week low, which was untapped. Price went down, swept the previous week low. Here's the big candle, the fattest candle, daily candle. Here's the low of the candle. If you see it here, price went down, swept the previous day low, and closed up. So it's candle 1, 2, 3, 4. First sweep, second sweep. It's an even better trade now when you get multiple confirmations, multiple rays of the same liquidity. If I switch to the 4-hour time frame, you will get a better idea. Price went down, swept the previous day low here, which swept the previous week low, and the 4-hour, look at this 4-hour 1 candle CISD, which engulfed almost all the bearish candles, even engulfed the 4-hour fair value gap here. And then you just place a limit order here on the 1 candle CISD level, stop loss below the low, targeting the daily high of the CRT, and that's it. You get a 1:4.5 hour trade. So that's how I trade my setups, and not every trade that I take just goes immediately to the profits. All right, if you look at my funding pips dashboard, you can see that there are some losses, like the USD CAD where I should have been selling. I went into buys, got a loss. Again, the GJ and the USD CHF. Look, there's a sell trade. This is a sell trade, but still lost because it wasn't Friday yet. Again, with these EU buys, I was buying early. I think it's on Wednesday or the Thursday. I was buying early and then I took this loss. So I have the same trade idea. It's just that I lose due to the time factor, because when it's not meant to move, it's not gonna move how much you try. But I never changed my perspective, right? Even after this loss on the EU, I still went for EU buys. I also went for the USD sales, even after the loss on this one, right? So have the plan for the whole week. Try to make the plan on the Saturdays or the Sundays, and just try to stick to the plan. Even if you lost, it doesn't mean that your direction is wrong. It might be you're not in the right time yet. So yes, thanks for staying by. I hope you got to learn a few things from this video, and it actually takes a lot of work to do all this stuff just for you guys, because my charts are a whole mess. You can see it here, all the trend lines, some of the fair value gaps. I don't erase my previous data because this is my journal, right? I journal my trades on the charts itself. I don't make any notes. I don't do all that newbie stuff. I think it's completely waste of time. If you have everything on the charts, okay, you just open up the charts and then you understand, oh yeah, this was a trade that I missed with the yellow line. Okay, this was a trade that I went into profits, or this was the trade that I lost, like the USD CHF sell that I took and I lost. This was one of the trades. So yes, this is my journal, so I like to keep it this way, and I'm just do it on the one other chart for you to understand better without the noise. So yes, if possible, to put a like on the video, share it with your friends, and see you on the next week. I'll be doing another weekly trade recap of the trades that I take the next week, and hopefully I passed my second phase here. I need 3 more percent to clear this account. I already have 25k master account, and I have a payout pending on the 9th of September, so I'll be taking this $337 payout. So yeah, life's going good, and I had nothing a year ago, and I'm glad and proud that I'm at this level. So yes, trade safe, be accountable. Goodbye, see you on the next video. Thanks everyone.